In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Prejudices and biases. We people are, it is very hard for a human being to remain free of these prejudices. But it is very useful actually. It is very useful. It is very beneficial if at all we do gain some sort of freedom from these prejudices. This is actually a sort of freedom. One of the most important freedoms is that we are free of these prejudices. Although it takes a lot of hard work, it's not easy actually. It's not easy. It's not easy because as soon as we are aligned with someone else, we become excuse me biased in favor of that, as well as we become biased against those forces which are disliked, disapproved by this, the one we are in favor of. It is not easy how to know whether we are biased in favor of some or not, how to know whether we are biased against someone or not. If at all we are found diminishing the bad of someone else or hiding the bad of someone else and magnifying the good deeds done by these, it actually means that we are biased in favor of these. How to know whether we are biased against someone or not? I think that if at all we are hiding the good or diminishing the good of someone and magnifying the bad of these, this actually means that we are biased against these forces and people. This prejudice and bias does not allow us does not allow us to become against the bad, the real bad, and to become the in favor of which is really good. Since we are not neutral anymore prior to making a judgment, that is why we cannot make the right judgment. Since we are not neutral prior to making a judgment, that is why it is quite likely it is quite likely that we will make a wrong decision, we will make a wrong judgment. So it is always important to remain neutral, to become neutral before making a decision. Till now, I was talking about the public figures, which could be a political one, which could be a religious one. Sometimes our own interests are involved, and due to our own interest, actually, We fail to become neutral and we do make the wrong judgments. Why? Because we were not neutral. I think it is to be a to be a right sort of human being, to be a good and a responsible human being. It is always admirable, it is always admired to think and act in an unbiased manner, to think and act in an unbiased manner. Because if at all we are biased against somebody, we will remain deprived of the good they people are found saying or doing. We will keep ourselves deprived from the good what they are found saying, from the good what they are found doing. And likewise, if at all we are not supporting the right stuff, this is really bad, this is not good actually. That is why it is always important to say something which is not based on a biased judgment. And at certain occasions, somebody helps us, gives us a favor to win our trust. We do start trusting them, but later on we come to know that they were actually it was a ploy to gain our trust and to ultimately deceive us, to ultimately manipulate or exploit us. If at all we are biased in favor of someone else, we cannot say them no, although it is direly needed, although it is quite important to say them no at certain occasions. But we fail to do that. The reason behind is we fail to do that. The reason behind is that we were biased in favor of them. So, this our failure to say no, we may have to pay the cost of it. The failure to say no, we may have to pay the cost of it. We should learn to say no at certain occasions to all the people. Every time somebody tries to cross a boundary, we should be able to say them no. We should be able to we should be able to stop them. We should be able to tell them that your boundary has ended here and it is my boundary which has started here. So you have no right to actually, but we are so much obliged without a reason, without a solid reason, that that too without a solid reason, that we fail to say them no, although there was a dire need to say them no, but we could not do that. The reason behind was that we were biased in favor of these people. So as far being biased is concerned, it is always bad, always harmful to be either against somebody because of the prejudices and to be in favor of somebody because of the prejudices. Although it is not easy to admit that I am supporting somebody because because of the because of the prejudices, because I am prejudiced in favor of them. It is not easy to admit, and likewise, it is equally difficult to admit that I am against somebody only because of the biases. So these biases actually and these prejudices actually does not favor us. The prejudices are bad against us. We must have to avoid ourselves. We must have to protect ourselves, because if at all we fail to protect ourselves, what we do have to suffer, we do have to pay the price of it actually, and we will be punished because of this. So we have to stop doing all that. So we need to stop being biased and prejudiced.